All right, let's put the church together. This is going to be really cool. I'm going to walk you through every piece of it. This is the end result that we're going for, right like this. And you're going to love using this and putting it with your Christmas village. Before we get started, let me touch on a couple things. This is the glue that I'm using. Loctite Super Glue Gel Control. I like this better than the liquid because it doesn't run all over the place. It kind of stays where I put it. I've also always got a tissue or a paper towel close by hand in case I need to wipe something off quickly. So I've got these on hand as we go through this. Let me identify all the pieces for you, and then we're going to assemble this in basically three parts. Basically, the three parts of the church will assemble one at a time. So basically, I'm going to put together the entryway, the steeple, and the main part of the church, and then bring them all together. I've got them all laid out kind of in groups, so let me identify them with you before we get started. So here we've got the group of pieces that constitute the main building of the church. Right here is what we're going to call the front, the two sides, and the back. We've got all the window trim here. We've got the side trim for the walls, side trim for the back. We've got the circle that goes over the window there. So that's the main building of the church. Then right here, we've got what I call the entryway where the door is. Got the entryway, the trim, the side walls, the trim around the door and the little decorative piece above the door, the little roof pieces, and then the circle that goes around the window. And then up here, we've got the steeple. This piece here, we've got the two walls, the trim pieces, the roof, and then the trim that goes around the window. And of course, these are the roof pieces to the main body of the church. Then over here, we've got some bushes and the cross that goes on top. And then we've got the two pieces that make up the stairs. We're going to put all of the window trim on first. Then I'll go through the next pieces and put the trim on all of those as well, and then we'll assemble the whole thing. Now I'll put on the door trim and the decoration above the door. And the door just aligns right on top of the score lines there. And it comes right down to the score line that goes at the bottom of the door right here. Then the decor that goes above the door. While I'm doing this, I'll go ahead and put the cross together. Just has the two parts that glue on either side of the cross here, just like this, and then one on the back. All right, now we can start assembling the building. We'll assemble the main part of the building first. I'll move a couple of these pieces out of my way a little bit. At this point, you can put the roof on if you like, or you can put the trim on. Either way is okay. I'll go ahead and put the roof on so that it gives me a little bit of structure so it doesn't move quite as much. So I'll put some glue right here on the roof. Also, this is a good time to note that when you're painting, make sure you paint this piece right here because you'll be able to see that from any angle right there. So some of the insides you don't have to paint, but that part you will definitely want to paint because it will be visible. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a moment and we will finish the other pieces. I'll do the entryway next. We'll do the trim last. So I'll just bring out the pieces of the entryway there. Glue on the walls. All right, and then this piece I like to glue into here and then put the roof on. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I'll put some glue oh, I didn't wait long enough for that one. Fantastic. Let me fix that one real quick. So for this part, I'm going to go ahead and put glue on these and then put them into these slots right here on the main body of the church. Set that back there. Then we'll put the steeple together and then we'll put the roof on and put those two parts together. So now we're going to take the steeple along with the walls. While that's waiting, we'll put the roof on the entryway. And now we can glue the steeple onto the entryway and to the church. You can put a little bit of glue right here on the top of the steeple. And you can also put some right here where it contacts the top of the entryway. Now there's a pointed piece right here, and that goes right in the groove in here. Keep it nice and centered. Just like that. All right, all we have left to do is the trim and the bushes and the cross on the top and then the front steps. Let's do the front steps while we're waiting here. Just these two rectangles, you glue the small one on top of the larger one, just like this. Square them up to one side. And then you'll put glue right here and you'll glue it right up against the front of the church there. All right, now let's take a look at the trim. This is easy, but you do want to pay attention to it. So what we want to do is we want to go around the church and we want to put on the side trim first and then the fronts, sides and then the front. So we're going to go this side here, we're going to go this side here, and then the front and the back. So let's work our way around this. It's easy to do, but it's also easy to get distracted and do it wrong. So somebody yell out if you see me doing it wrong myself. So we're going to do the side of the church first. Doesn't really matter which side, left or right. And the sides are going to be these straight pieces here, and they're all the same length. So let me show you before we actually glue it on there. They're going to go just like this, flush to the edges, left and right, like that. And then the front and the back is going to cover up those when we put them on. So we're going to do everything on this side first. Put on the sides. And then we're going to put on the sides of the entryway and the steeple. We set this one here. This one is not actually glued together, so I'm going to have to hold on to it tightly here. But we've got a short piece here, and then we've also got a long piece right here. Okay? So we've got the short piece for the steeple, the steeple, which goes right here. And then we've got a longer piece for the side right there. It goes right like this. So let's glue those both on together. And then when that is ready, we'll turn it over and we'll do the other side. Let's do that now. Same thing, other side. So we'll take all the straight pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they flush to the edges there. All right, then let's do the front of the church, and then we'll end with the back. So turn up toward us here. For the front, we've got slanted pieces like this right here that go here, and then the opposite slant goes here, just like that. And then we've got the slanted pieces that go here, like this one and this one. Then we've got slanted pieces that go in the front, just like that, and like this. And then the ones left are, oh, I'm sorry. This is a great time for me to point out a mistake I could have made. Those go in the back of the church. The ones that go here are the ones with the curves on the bottom, right here. That goes just like that because the bush goes right up underneath it, just like this. So don't do what I just said a minute ago. These go in the back, the curved ones go in the front. So let's glue these on. All right, before we go to the back, let's put the bushes on. You've got two long bushes like this, and they actually go left and right like this. So the taller part goes to the outside, and they go just like that. And then you put another bush on top of it like that. So let's glue those together real quick. We'll glue these two together, and then we'll glue it onto the church. So long one, short one, just like this. And then you glue this piece right here onto the side of the church, following that curve on the piece of trim, just like this. All right, all we have left to do is these two final pieces of trim and then some bushes that can go around the building wherever you'd like. They're completely optional. What we did was we put two on the side, right, or one on the side here, kind of random. Then we'll go to the back. Put on our last 2 pieces of trim. Square those up with the edges. We put 2 bushes on the back. You can do what you want to here as well. And then the last bush on this side. One last tip as I'm finishing up here. Besides painting the back of the steeple here, you might also consider painting the underside of the roof, because there are angles where you can see the underside depending on what angle you're looking from. And of course the last piece we have is the steeple, or not the steeple, the cross. Just take a couple of dots of glue right in here and stick it right on the roof like that. And that's the church for the Christmas Village. I absolutely love this one. It's probably our favorite of the set. That's hard to say, but we really love it, and I think you will too. Let me know if you have any questions on how to build it, and we'd love to see what you guys make. But as always, we'll see you in the next one.